Hey everybody, this is Pam with Trusting Your Process, and I wanted to come on and share an experience that I had. So, for the last few nights, maybe for I would say consistently few weeks, I have been meditating and just simply asking my higher self, what am I here to do? I really feel strongly about we all have something that we're here to do. Part of me, just impatient, frustrated. I feel like I get the answers when I'm that way. I don't know why, but maybe um, my passion for the answer is stronger. So a few nights ago, I was feeling just unsure. Something happened with my daughter, was going on in her life. I was just like, what is this all about? Like, if we create our reality, why are we creating the reality of stuff that we don't want? I do understand that on a higher level of why we're doing it, but on this physical level, it's frustrating. And one of those nights or one of those times that I was meditating, I finally felt like I had an answer or something higher had, what's the word am I looking for? The only thing that I can think of is a hug. I was laying down on my side. I have what's called a weighted blanket, and I was just breathing in and out, just asking for guidance. And I just started breathing just in and out, asking for guidance. And all of a sudden, I noticed that my breathing was bigger than me, that I was breathing along with something else. And at first, I was tripping out. I was like, oh, okay, wait a minute. And I said, no, 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 no. I was like, I felt just relax, trust it. You've asked for it so much, trust it. And I just said, okay, okay. I'm like, "Ugh." But I just felt like something bigger than me was holding me and breathing for me. And it said, you are always protected. You are always guided. Relax. I was like, okay. It talked about my daughter being okay, that we are all connected, that she creates her reality, and what's going on with her right now is her creation. Relax and just know that you don't have to struggle in this process. You can do it with help. And that to me was damn. Now, you know, we get tripped up with titles. Whatever you believe that is, more power to you. I am not here to try to offend anyone in terms of labels for what that is. What resonates to me is that's my higher self. That's my higher being. That's my connection to source. That I have confirmation. Now, that was about a week and a half ago. And since that time until this morning, I didn't feel it again. I was just like, okay, so where you at? What's going on? Hi, hey, hey, hey. And once again, I think like just human nature, I started to doubt it again. Like, was that me? You know, yeah, okay, right. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So last night, for the last few nights, I've been turning off the TV and I've just been listening to ocean sounds and communicating, asking, what am I here to do? And one of the questions that came to me from a book that I'm listening to called I Am, it said, what would you do or what would you create in the world if you didn't have to worry about money, if you didn't have to worry about um, bills? And at first, I couldn't answer that question. I was just like, I don't know, because all I know is how to survive. All I know is you work for the money. And part of that is me just conditioning and habit, right? We all think you got to work for the money. That's what you do. So we're constantly creating that reality. So something higher, my higher self, I know that that's not the case. I know we don't have to create that reality and we can create something else. So I asked the question, what would I do? What would I do if I didn't have to worry about money or paying bills, or if it wasn't about how to make money? And this has come up, one, because if you follow my channel, I let my two writing clients go. I do not find joy in writing for other people. Now hold that thought, because I do find joy in writing. And then I just got word that my other gig is gonna, at the beginning of the year, he has to let me go, which is, y'all know that that's my nephew's gig. But he's a businessman. He's got to redo his finances and make sure it works. And he was, I think, more disappointed than I was. He was like, "Oh, Pam, I got you if things pick back up, but at the beginning of the year, I do have to make some changes." And I said, "I completely understand. I'm your aunt first, and if you need me, I'm here." But that also made me start thinking about, how I'm going to afford certain things. His money helped me afford my office, right? But remember what I said, the reassurance that I got, that's just an avenue for how Source took care or continues to take care of me. My higher self knows what I need. So it's that trusting, right? Trusting my process. This is my process. So without this getting long winded, um, this morning, after laying down last night and asking that same question about what am I here to do? What would I do if I did not have to worry about money? What would I do if I did not have to worry about money? It was, and I wrote it down because I got up and I just started writing. It was 3:15 this morning. Let me see. Let's see. I mean, it just came out of me. 3:16 a.m. this morning. I got the answer to the question that I would write a good story. And a good story means the idea of a story comes to me. It has always come to me as far back as I can remember. I would wake up in the middle of the night, like, wow, that would be a good movie. And I'm at work still, but instead of writing it down, I would just be like, whatever, and go to sleep. Now that has happened over and over and over and over. I can't even tell you how many times I've had stories pop up. Um, Even when my daughters were younger, I would tell them about a story that I was thinking about writing. And they would be like, "So what else happened? What else happened?" And I never finished that story. Then it would be another story. I had characters in my head, names of characters, Phoenix. I had another story come up that it talked about a woman. She was an older woman and she was a writer and she traveled in her RV. I mean, duh, right? So that story, and she stopped at a cafe, and this cafe was owned by this man, and he was a widow, and it was a love story. but a good story. So that came back to me this morning. It said, you are a storyteller and you write good stories to let people escape, and it's intertwined and laced with the message that you are okay, you are God, you are taken care of, guided, supported, and you don't have to fear anything. That's always my message. Trust your process. Your process is your process. It's unique to you. My process is unique to me. And when you trust it, you realize that you don't have to struggle and fight it. So, with that this morning, I literally wrote from 3:15 to 6:30, 6:18, just letting it pour out of me, letting myself be guided and assisted. And I don't know, it's just, you probably can see it because it's a white screen, but it just came out, just came out, just came out. Just all of this. Now, putting it together, I'll worry about it later, but it's more about the story. And even when I would lay down in between that, right? I would lay down, I would get more and I would get up and just start dictating into the phone. I dictated, oh, and this is the thing. I was typing, not typing, I was dictating, and this is how I know that I'm guided, and my mom is here, my brother is here, and then they've already transitioned. I'm just dictating, and in my words, my mom's name pops up with a heart. I didn't even say her name. It said Cecilia with a heart, a heart. And I said, okay. I said, okay, Mom, okay. I'm going to trust that this is your stamp of approval. And then I thought, I'm going to make my character name after my mom and shorten it by calling her Cece, which is my niece. My niece was named after Cece. And my brother, this is my brother's child who passed away, David, is my main male character. And one of the things that Cece does when she's nervous, she rubs her ear. She has a tell. She rubs her ear. And that's what my Nova does. Or at least he did it when he was younger. So these characters started coming to life with um, things about the people that are most important in my life, things that they do. And I thought, oh yeah, I can definitely do that. I can definitely do that. And it just poured out of me. So I say this to say, fears came up because I was thinking, what the heck? Now I'm writing, I'm doing stories. I mean, when am I going to sew these purses? And I start thinking, it's all a part of my process. I love the thought of making a good classic tote bag. So I could do that in my creativity mode. It doesn't have to make me money, but I can still do that. And then I can still write that good story, that thing that goes, that would be a good story. And I felt relief this morning. I literally felt and have always wanted that something that was mine, that, like Beyonce can sing, or you have somebody who can play an instrument, or you have somebody who can paint or draw. I wanted that something that was mine. And I found it. And I was reminded of it this morning. So I send this to you. If there's something, we all know what we are here to do. We might think to ourselves, nah, that's too easy. And it's meant to be easy. So think about that. I leave you with this today. What would you do if you didn't have to worry about money? What would you do if you did not have to worry about paying your bills or surviving and everything was taken care of for you? I'll leave you with that. I can't wait to read the comments. Please like and subscribe if this resonates with you and drop a comment. And always remember who loves you. Bye.